Guys, like this video if you're sick of dying to people lying down camping. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I hope you're all having a good day today. Now today, guys, we're answering the question, the most important question anybody has ever asked on Arena Breakout. How on earth do I get good at this game? So guys, there's some rules that I'm going to go through for you to follow in this video, and we're going to go through them one at a time. If you're not subscribed to the channel, now's the perfect time to click that button so you don't miss any future videos that I do on this subject, as well as other ones, of course. But we're going to go through them one at a time, and hopefully by the end of this, you're going to start winning a hell of a lot more raids. You're going to escape, you're going to kill more people. Most importantly, you're going to get lots of the really good loot and get insanely rich, and then buy whatever you want. But let's get into it. Right guys, number one on this list is you've got to slow your pace down. There's so many people on this game I see rushing around like it's Call of Duty Mobile, or they're playing Apex for a time when it was up, or you know, they're playing a really fast-paced battle royale shooter, and they run around like their life depends on it. Now you need to slow right down. This is from a veteran player like myself to someone who doesn't do this, is go a lot slower. Use your cover, use your positioning and stuff. And these people that run at you, you're going to take them on really, really easily. They're just going to run at you. They're just running into your bullets. You need to slow right down. Use the sneak option when you can, and you're going to survive a lot more. The amount of times I've crept right up to someone without them even noticing I'm there, or I've heard them coming, I've hid behind the bush till they run past and shoot them in the back. It's absolutely ridiculous. It does happen quite a lot if you have watched me streams. I do run around like I walk around like a stealthy ninja, just picking people off without them even seeing us. There was a clip the other day I did. Sniping, fair enough, but I killed a full squad and nobody actually saw us. Not one of them knew my position the entire time because I was being quiet, I was being slow, and I was using that to my advantage of them running around like headless chickens. So if you manage to slow your gameplay right down, you're going to see a massive increase in survivability, and it's very, very important in Arena Breakout. Alright guys, it doesn't matter what gun you use on this game, right? I've got so many guns in my warehouse right now, mainly MPXs and MP5s, a couple of sniper rifles, VSSs, whatever. You've got so many to choose from. All these I've got in my warehouse. Now, what matters in this game, it doesn't matter how many attachments you've got on the guns. You could have a bare, basic, minimum gun completely. What matters is what ammo you're using. Bullets actually matter in this game more than anything else. Now, as you can see from my bullet storage here, I've got that one. I've also got the one a bit further down in my inventory here. I don't have any bullets that are less than tier 3, and there's a reason for that. I don't even use dum-dum, to tell you the truth, because it's not really, it's only really like sort of specific to one type of shooting. But the reason is because if you want to kill people faster, you need to use the higher tier bullets. And yes, I do know it costs more, and a lot of people like to stack the low bullets because you can just go to the contacts and you can buy a really like sort of cheap bullet for next to nothing. You can just, you know, get some FMG, for instance, by maximum for 3,000, and you can run it and you can waste loads of bullets. But if you run into decently kitted players, you know, or they're a decent shot, they've got good reaction times and stuff, you want to kill them a lot faster than they're killing you. And if you're not using good bullets, you're gonna turn into one of these people who is constantly crying on that they've unloaded a full mag into someone and still died to 2 shots. That is because the other person is using a lot better bullets than you. So just remember, guys, buy the expensive ones. I use M855 as a minimum in any of my 5.56 guns, like M4, AK-102 and stuff, and then you can go a bit more ridiculous and that, get M955 or A1 ammo and stuff. You know what I mean? It pays you to have the higher tier ammo. My MPXs, my MP5s, I will only use AP 6.3 as a minimum. Sometimes I go with 7 and 3.1 depending on what map I'm going on. But even if I'm just sniping, like I've got this little loadout at the moment, it's a sniping one, I'm still going with the LPS, which is a tier 4 bullet, and it does a lot of penetration, depending on where you shoot them, of course. If you're going for the leg meter, guys, use crap bullets, that's entirely up to you, but just bear in mind, if someone's got decent bullets on it, they're going to gun you down before you manage to get a couple of shots into their leg, unless they haven't seen you yet. So it does pay you, like I say, to increase what bullets you use at all times. Now guys, in quite a lot of my guides and my tip videos and stuff, I do preach this exact thing every single time, which is your in-game awareness needs to be top notch. Now, just for instance, take this, there's guys in front of me making lots of noise. When you go kill them, you're going to make noise as well, and people around you can hear you. So you have to keep in mind that just because there's a squad in front of you doesn't mean there's not a squad to the right not making any noise, or to the left or behind you, etc. You have to pay attention at all times, pay attention to all directions. Think to yourself, I've just killed this guy. People could have heard us kill him, depending if you're using a suppressor or not, or how far away you were. So people are going to be looking in this direction. There's obviously a battle going on over here. I've just finished this battle, third party, whatever. Obviously, somebody else could be in the exact sort of point of view that I was just in, thinking I'll run over here because there's a battle going on. So you have to be constantly aware of your surroundings. The amount of times I've seen people say, I've just been killed looting this tier 6 guy, I've missed out on loads of loot, is because they haven't checked around after they've killed someone. They don't sort of think about, oh well, there's other people might be looking at us. So you have to constantly be paranoid. How paranoid I am on this game is absolutely ridiculous. But it's also important to pay attention to sound. Now this is during combat or during when you're running around. You can pay attention as much as you can to your indicators. A lot of people on Discord complain about the sound indicators, they shouldn't be in the game, etc. But the truth is, they are in the game, and they're very, very useful for spotting people that necessarily you wouldn't hear otherwise. If they're creeping around, they've walked through a bush, or they've walked on metal or something, you can't see the little flicker of the indicator at the top of the screen. It does help a lot to figure out where people are, and even if you're like stalking someone, you know, you're crouch walking, you're creeping around, trying to get an angle on someone or trying to sneak up on someone, you can check your sound indicators to make sure exactly where they are if you don't 100% actually see them physically. So, like I say, awareness, guys, very, very important in this game. You have to be aware of your surroundings at all times. Be aware that people can hear you. If you're sniping, for instance, you want to move every time you take a shot if it's too loud, because another sniper can zero in on your position and headshot you while you're looking around for them, etc. So, just, yeah, pay attention to indicators, pay attention to your sound. Depends if you use headphones or not. I don't personally use headphones, so I sort of rely on the indicators a bit more than actual sound at some times, but we'll see in the future how that improves with the sound quality, etc. But yes, watch your surroundings and don't get killed. That's all I'm saying. About times I've said it to people and they still get killed looting, or they're running across an open area and they haven't checked around first. It's absolutely ridiculous. I'll tell you what, guys, that last clip would have fit this category so well, which is your own in-game movement. Now, you're about to see someone die because he made a lot of noise and decided not to move afterwards. And it's just his own stupidity. Here we go. There he is, making lots of noise on a rooftop, not checking his surroundings like I did with awareness. But movement is also important. This is separate to awareness. Awareness is obviously making sure people don't see you. Movement is making sure people don't lock onto you. Now, you've made a lot of noise and you're looting, or you're staying in the same place. You've just killed someone, you're sort of looting around. You're looking around, from whatever perch or camping spot you're at, or, you know, tactical position, like I like to call it, not camping. But don't stay in one place for too long. You want to be a moving target. You don't want to be too predictable and let people know where you are and then just stay where you are, because that's just ridiculous. You want to move around. You want to flank people. You want to have different angles, especially if you're in combat. You want to be unpredictable. You need to keep on the move while you need to be. Obviously, there's times where you should be stealth walking and taking it really slowly, and there's times when you should be running around to get a better angle on someone because, you know, they're behind a tree or they're behind a rock or something, and you just need that extra edge on them. But movement is very, very important in this game, especially for staying out of trouble. That's the main time I would tell you to run around like an idiot. It's not really like running around like an idiot, though. You're doing it tactically. You're doing it knowing that if I run to this cover, or like running from cover to cover and stuff, I'll remain in moderate safety while pushing on this guy, as opposed to just running straight at him. But once you perfect sort of running around, flanking people and stuff, you'll see yourself soloing squads. You'll see yourself, taking down people that aren't necessarily worse geared than you. Some people are in better gear than you because you've outmaneuvered them. Once you perfect this, it'll be a lot easier to escape a lot more raids. Right guys, this is the last on the list for this video, and it's not quite the least important or the most important, but it is very important all the same, and that is your in-game settings. Getting these right can be the difference between missing all your shots or getting all your shots on target. Now, I could go through every single one of these, but I'm just going to highlight the really important ones. Aim assist on or off entirely up to you. I have it on because it does help occasionally. ADS mode is up to you. Anyway, let's just skip past all these ones, etc. Now, a couple of settings here which will be very beneficial to you, like this top one right here, tap to reload. This means that when you tap your ammo, then you tap your mag, it'll just automatically start reloading from then. You don't have to go down at the bottom left and click the ammo to go into the mag. A lot quicker doing it that way. We've got this new option now, close backpack when hit. I keep forgetting about this, and then every time I get shot, I try and close my backpack and open my settings button, so I'm trying to sort of remind myself that this is on. But basically, if you take damage when you're looting, your inventory will close and you'll go back to, looking around, and you can try and return fire as soon as possible. So once I get used to it, because I've played for so long without this option, it might be a bit easier to actually have on. Now, another option that I use is auto ADS when peeking. Obviously, if you're going to peek around a corner, you're not necessarily going to hip fire. You can switch the ADS off with the ADS button while you do it, but I find it a lot easier if your ADS automatically opens when you peek. It's a lot quicker, and it does give you a better reaction time, especially if you're holding an angle for someone pushing you. Now, controller settings, guys, this is entirely up to you. If you do want my controller settings, my customized layout and stuff, ask us on my Discord, which is linked in the description, and I'll send you the little code that comes with it, and you can copy paste that into yours and use mine if you really want to. But it should be entirely up to you what you do with your layout. Now, sensitivity, guys, very, very important. Obviously, what I recommend doing, I'm quite happy with the default, you know what I mean? I've got default high and everything is 100, and I can play it well like that. Overall sensitivity 150, fixed speed, etc. This is my sensitivity. I'm not going to tell you to copy this and say it's the best, it just works well for me. What you need to do is you need to go into a game, not a game, you need to go into shooting range over down here, start training with different guns and set your sensitivity so that you're hitting more shots than you're missing. Like if, for instance, if I just quickly do this, I should just be able to quick pop a headshot with me Mosin because of me gyroscope sensitivity and me aim sensitivity. And again, look, I've got peak to ADS, so I can just quickly hit a headshot like that. That's the way I play, and it works for me. Not going to be the same for absolutely everybody who plays the game. Like I say, settings are very important for the game. Get them right and they will help you succeed. Now, another thing I will tell you to do as well, this is to do with the settings, is when you make a new gun, let's say you just made that AK-102 and you're going to go ahead and equip it, is take this new gun into the training range and try it out so you know how the recoil is, how the control is and stuff before you go into a match, because there's nothing worse than using a gun you've never tried before and someone pushes you and you end up missing every shot because you're not familiar with the recoil pattern, or it's too much, you know what I mean? It does pay you to actually try out the gun before you jump into a match. So guys, hopefully after this video I'm not going to jump on Discord and say, how can I stop dying, guys? How can I get better at the game? How can I play as good as other players that I see on YouTube, etc. Hopefully after this little sort of tip video you're going to be able to answer that question for yourself, and you're going to kill a hell of a lot more people, etc. So hopefully you're going to kill more, you're going to loot more, and you're going to survive more, and you're going to get more decent stuff, more decent weapons, you're going to get more confident in the game, and you're going to come on to my next video after you subscribe and say thank you so much for that video, it was really helpful. But anyway guys, in advance of that moment, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel or liked the video, please make sure you do, and hopefully I'm going to see you in the next video when I do make it very, very soon, and it'll be something similar hopefully, or just some gameplay. Well, who knows what the future holds. Anyway guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.